Hey guys, back with another one. Let me know as y'all come in if you can hear me. I was trying to adjust my new headsets and I'm back to my old ones until I figure out the settings, default settings. And I want to say so people can hear this when they do the replay. Thank you to all my supporters who answered the question that I needed to know because the run-on sentences that Carlissa was ranting on that IG live confused me. I don't get how we are talking about Chrishan, but in the same rant you bring up someone else. It's just a lot of mass confusion. I did get some of the DMs. I didn't open them all, but I know it's probably from that same. Hey sis, hello sweetie. I know it's about the break-in or robbery or something that happened. I looked at some of it. Some of you guys caught it when it was live. I will do commentary on that tomorrow. You know, after this 7 o'clock live, I'm done for the day. I don't be racing to put this content up. I got to regroup after, you know, little Bo Peep, hey sis. I have to regroup after I report on all this mass confusion. It's too much. This all started, in my opinion, from Blueface's father defending Chrishan Rock. Like enough's enough. Now all of a sudden, this alleged thing happens where somebody pulls up and uh Pume was pulled out, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like it's a reality show, but it's real. It's a real reality show. Usually reality shows they got to add extra stuff to it to spice it up. This reality show does not need any spicing up. This reality show that's going on in the present time is so dangerous the way things are going at this point. Somebody's going to end up in jail, and it's already people there now. Blueface is there. Chrishan Rock is heading that way. I honestly, and I don't care what nobody says, I feel like someone is trying to set Chrishan up. Everything that's going on, the energy that's being put out into the universe, it's all redirected to Chrishan, someone who just recently got onto the internet. And I don't understand why Carlissa is so angry the way she is. That she goes on these full rants, throwing out everyone's name and causing mass confusion. And again, thank you so much to all my supporters that answered that question, because when she went on that rant, she went from Chrishan Rock to her son Dre, and I'm thinking she's saying that Mosh was going with Blueface, and it's so sad that I thought that. You know why? Because Blueface is so doggish, and he's been with so many people in the circle that it's just, why wouldn't I think that she was talking about Blueface was with her first? You know what I'm saying? I mean, anything goes with Blueface. And Chrishan is so in love with him. Just like now, she needs to remove herself from that house. She's got to get out of that house. That's not safe. And I'm quite sure Blueface is calling somebody on a daily basis. And if it's not Chrishan Rock, he still knows what's going on. He's up to date with the information that's going on. And the first thing he should have said soon as he got the information, if he got it today, what just happened was, you have to leave with my son and get out of that house. That house is not safe after hearing what just happened. It's not safe for anyone to be there. This all happened by coincidence right after um Big Jonathan did that on the internet. And I don't I don't want to say, I hate to say this, but I really truly don't want to say that Carlissa may have had something to do with it. But it's a coincidence. She's mad. People are coming out the woodwork to expose this father, saying that he's not a good grandfather to his other kids, the grandkids. He's a hypocrite. He don't do nothing for us. Where's all this coming from? This is throwing me for a loop. It started from him defending that nobody should be talking about a little kid. Period. It shouldn't even be in the conversation. And I agree with that. That's why I said to myself, we're gonna address the issues and move forward with that. We can't keep staying stuck on that, because by us staying stuck on it, the seed that was planted, which is Junior's name, is making people like Carlissa happy, because she thinks that she is the director of the circus, and she feels as though whatever she puts out into the universe, people are gonna just go and attack Chrishan Rock. And it's really sad. That's why I said I don't think, in my opinion, Chrishan Rock should be up here telling people about her legal troubles, whatever she has to pay, where she's wanted, and so forth. She's very lucky. God is definitely by her side, because she's the only one I know, just like in the situation where she's saying that there's security there and so forth and so on. I'm quite sure the cops were called to the house today after this alleged incident happened. Again, I have to keep saying allegedly. I'm not there. We can only go by what we hear from the horse's mouth. And if I'm confused, I'm going to ask you guys a question, because there's some people that just swear up and down because they've been following these people for a number of years. They think because of what they heard out of these people's mouth that that's what is the truth. And we can't always go by that. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, something happened at that house. And if that is the case, nobody should be in that house right now until a full investigation is done, especially if there is a toddler in that house. That is not safe. That is not safe. That to me is not a coincidence that something happened yesterday that triggered people, one particular group. Now all of a sudden, people are pulling up at Blueface's house. It's not making any sense to me. But I'm not gonna make it make sense that, oh yeah, well maybe Blueface set that up. No, I don't think that he's that much of a slime ball. I don't think that he's that jealous of his baby's mother. But I really honestly think that Chrishan should get out that house. It's getting really scary now. And I know and I respect her. She got up on, I seen her also on TikTok, because I was wanting to see who posted it, like TikTok channels that I follow. And she was kissing on the baby and embracing the baby, basically letting us know, 'cause she's very short with her conversation. You know what I'm saying? She's very short, but she was letting whoever was watching know, you're not scaring me. But I get her humbleness. I get her being courageous. But right now, she keeps saying all of this is for Junior. So she's got to find it within herself to stop listening to the puppet master and leave that residence. Nothing good has came out of Chrishan being at that house. I don't care what nobody says. To me, nothing good has came out of Chrishan being at that house. Hold on one second, guys. I honestly don't understand how people are that comfortable every chance that they get disrespecting this girl the way that they do. And she just puts up with it. She needs to really get on here and not only say what happened tonight, allegedly, the Pume being pulled out on somebody that's in that house, right in there. Allegedly, it was Blueface's father. But she really needs to say that this needs to stop. Whether it's Wack 100, Carlissa behind it, or anyone that she may believe that's behind this. I can't stay here. This has got to come to an end. You can't just think these problems are going to go away. When people step into your boundaries and they did it and you accept it. It's they feel like they can do anything now. And it's really sad that you get on social media and you're making it okay. You're downplaying this. This is nothing to downplay. It really isn't. This is where your peace is supposed to be. This is where your peaceful place, your protective space is supposed to be with your child. And this is ridiculous. When I saw the video, I said, I'll deal with that tomorrow. All I had to hear was somebody pulled up at that house. I said to myself, who that's a crash dummy would even be put up to doing something as stupid as that? How much could somebody pay somebody to do something like that? Somebody could have been unalive today. It's not that serious how people really personally feel about each other. It really isn't. The only concern anyone should have is Junior. That's it. And the safety of Junior. That's it. So I'm gonna play this like this video from the Breakfast Club. I was kind of shocked that they was gonna report on this, but they did. So we're gonna play this. My internet connection been acting up. It's been storming in my state. I don't know what's going on. It's been acting up for quite some time, but we're gonna work with what we're working with, and I'm gonna recap this one, and I want you to hear. It was just a brief, giving their little spill, and they kept it moving, you know. And they didn't say anything, disrespectful, but they're saying what a lot of people are saying. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said we don't take sides, we take the right side. Who's doing right for the moment? Because the person to be honest with you, I have nothing against Chrishan Rock, but I don't think she's making the right choice to stay in that house. That's just my opinion. Now you're gonna get people that are gonna be naysayers and say, "Oh, she got every right to be there." You're right, but when you're putting your life and your child at jeopardy, and you got money, you have the ability to just leave whenever you want. You're not just an average person with an average budget, an average salary. You don't have to be in that situation. You need to be somewhere that you're protected, that no one knows your whereabouts. When you go live, they don't know where to pull up on you at. This is senseless. So we're gonna get into this first live right here. Ran across the Breakfast Club. They were talking about Chrishan Rock and her legal situation that she had publicly just recently put on social media. And I had addressed last night in my live, triggered a few people, but it's the hard truth that I don't think that there's certain things that she should be sharing on the internet. She lost 500,000 followers just because she had a meltdown because of things that were saying that were triggering to her prior. Then she got on to a live, said something that was inappropriate, and I know that Chrisean did not mean, in my opinion, what she said, and she was labeled as a colorist. And these are the people we call, or she would think, are her supporters. So as soon as you say something wrong, those same supporters are going to be your haters. So it's really important to make sure that you are careful what you share with the public. Everything don't need to be told. Now, a lot of people are not going to like me for this. Why? Good Because they're evening, like, SL Natasha. Davis, shut your mouth. We're looking for a train wreck to happen. And all you're doing is stopping the show. And this is what I'm talking about. The people that want this show to go on. I'm not convinced that, and I know people will agree with me. And I see them in the comment section. They don't care what people think at all. But I really think they're waiting for a train wreck. They're waiting to see what's gonna happen to Chrishan Rock. Just like Queen Op, just like Nature Boy. Look at where Nature Boy's at. He's doing life because he had people fueling his ego. He put him in the limelight and they egged him on. They were rooting for him. And those same people, they wasn't outside the courtroom doing with the signs up, trying to get him out. No, they're like, lock them up and throw the key away. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. I'm a commentator. If I don't know something, I'm going to publicly say to you, I'm going to ask you the question. Not going to get up here with no allegations. Like I understood this nut was saying on a social media rant. No, I'm going to ask you, is it me or did this person just say X, Y, and Z? Like we're going to recap with the Carlissa. Is she exposing that Blueface was with Marsh? Because how did Dre get in the conversation or the rant? The only one that should have been in the conversation is who you were talking about, which was Chrishan Rock and the grandfather. But now you want to throw all these other people into the equation. And I try to give Carlissa some credit, saying I think that if something was to happen to Chrishan and she had to take care of some legal obligations, I said I believe she would take care of that little boy, regardless of the animosity she has for Chrishan Rock or not. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel. But there's people that support me that think otherwise, and we can agree to disagree. And I respect wholeheartedly how you feel. Because at the end of the day, you put yourself in the shoes of Chrishan Rock, or even my statement, and you say, I got a child, and I do too. And nah, if you're that ill will against me, because my mother's like a lot of y'all's thought process, you ain't gonna be dealing with my kids. You ain't gonna be alone with my kids. If you don't like me, you don't like my child. I agree. I wish she would be quiet and just talk about good things. Personal things should not be on the internet. Exactly. It just starts mass confusion, but that's what she wants. Because I'm telling you, even if no one who doesn't like Chrishan Rock, that's part of the smear campaign. I believe Wack 100 cannot stand Chrishan Rock. I know that Carlissa cannot stand at this present time Chrishan Rock. Even if no one set Chrishan Rock up, if you're getting online, there's no boundaries. When there's no boundaries set, everyone's disrespecting Chrishan Rock. This is how you get people to get on to a platform like Chrishan had to do and announce that she was violated, and some way she has to lay her head with her son, because there's no boundaries. People are just too comfortable. And this is when things happen. You get outside entities, evil, demonic people, you know, putting themselves into the situation. Mosh used to be with Dre, right? And that's why I asked. And I said, I'm gonna get a gag, Natasha. I said, I'm gonna get a gag reflex out of everybody, because I don't get up here and be all with these crazy one life to live and as the world turn stories and stuff. I'm not doing that. I don't even know how to lie that good. If I don't follow something, I'm gonna ask my people that support me. And I was kind of surprised at the response. Everybody was respectful, but some of the people that be in the bushes, that gave it a chance to want to think they were attacking me. Even though when we recap it, you'll hear how I was asking the question, because you're supposed to ask a question instead of assuming something. That's what I did. I didn't go on the, on the little the little internet and start this made up story to go along with the rest of the mess, to add on to the mass confusion. For what? It don't need no help. It's already enough. That's why I always say, Natasha, because you're in here and I know Little Bo Peeps in here. I don't gotta be the first one to break no news. I'm a commentary channel. I'm gonna explain what I feel from what I hear from the horse's mouth. This is the kind of content I want. Chrishan Rock got up herself, said out of her own mouth what happened in her household that she's currently living at. She told me the situation, whether she lying or not, whether she added something to the story or not. And that's what I'm going to report on. And I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. And there are going to be things I'm not going to understand. And I want you to leave it in the comment section. You're right. We in this together. And if you know these people so well, then state your case, is what I'm saying to you. State your case if you know Chrishan so well. because yes, these social media entities, they look at this content on all these platforms, not just mine. There were people that came way before me, and I'm quite sure they take heed to a lot of things that they hear, because sometimes we can be in the heat of the moment and we say things and we say, yeah, that is true, man. I got to tread light, on some of the stuff that I'm saying, because I don't need nobody knocking or ringing the doorbell trying to come get me, and I'm trying to lay low. So on the Breakfast Club, I hope you all heard that. I need to tread lightly on what I say on the internet, because I don't need nobody knocking get me. And what just happened about an hour ago to Chrishan? They came pulling up at her door. And it wasn't the police. I think Chrishan would rather the police come pulling up on her than who did come pull up on her. So let's make it make sense. and I put this video out at like 4 o'clock. That was the first video that went out. This video went out at 4 o'clock. I don't know who pulled up at her house. I don't think she knows either. She just about an hour ago, before I went live, I had got 2 links from 2 of my supporters, and they Chrishan Rock was in the studio, and she was saying how somebody pulled up to the house and pulled a pume out on Jonathan. And he ran in the house and said, yeah, somebody stopped in a car and pulled up on him and tried to rob him, but he didn't have nothing on him, so they sped off. So if they were hired to pull this off, who would have the fake robbers? Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's getting crazy. And you just heard me just say you got to be careful what you put out on the internet. I just said that. I'm gonna play a little bit back what I just said. I'm not gonna try to go all the way back, but listen. Yeah, that is true, man. I gotta tread light, on some of the stuff on all these platforms, not just mine. There were people that came way before me. Supporters are going to be your haters. So it's really important to make sure that you are careful what you share with the public. Everything don't need to be told. Now, a lot of people are not going to like me for this. Why? Because they're like, SL Davis, shut your mouth. We're looking for a train wreck to happen. And all you're doing is stopping the show. Because yes, these social media entities, they look at this content on all these platforms, not just mine. There were people that came way before me. And I'm quite sure they take heed to a lot of things that they hear, because sometimes we can be in the heat of the moment and we say things and we say, yeah, that is true, man. I got to tread light, on some of the stuff that I'm saying, because I don't need nobody knocking or ringing the doorbell trying to come get me, and I'm trying to lay low. So on the break. So you heard that, Natasha? And then just an hour ago, somebody pulled up in a car and she's trying to lay low. You feel what I'm saying? This club, Charlemagne the God, Jessica Hilarious, and DJ Envy, they had some things that they wanted to say, and I'm gonna let you listen to it. But leave in the comment section what you think about what their opinion was on the whole situation, the whole matter.
Arrest warrants. Chrishan recently went on live. During the live, she addressed her active warrants. According to the documents, Chrishan has 2 active bench warrants in Oklahoma.
Exactly.
Both are tied to past convictions. All right, remember that guy that she had hit? They were saying that she hit at Tamar Braxton's.
Yep.
Yeah, she thought that he really wasn't going to press charges, and he really did. But
and it's working out for me.
Because you're on the run.
Like, you hear things like Chrishan Rock has an arrest warrant. You don't even second guess it. You're like, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
She could see that.
Yeah.
That's why. But you're on live. Like, it's like they're going to find you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
You just heard Jessica Hilarious? You're on live. They are going to find you. We don't know who they are, but somebody's going to find you. You cannot be laxy daisy. And the same people that you think are your supporters that you're sharing this information with, they didn't have your back when they pulled up at your place. And it wasn't the cops. I'm quite sure, again, I'm going to say, Chrishan would have rather the cops pulling up at her house rather than some strangers that were trying to harm or rob them. take key. This is no joke. This is dangerous. Exactly, Natasha. This is not no, this is a real reality going on. This is not no, maybe Carlissa's adding a little bit of a twist to the circus, but this is real time drama going on and it's dangerous.
Praying for her and her child, you know what I mean? Because Blueface is in jail as well, you know, and he is the dad, you know, and actually Blueface's mom had said that she really did not, although they feud a lot, Chrishan and the mom, she really don't want both of the baby's parents to be in jail, you know. So of course she would step up and she would take the baby, but like she really wished that this was a more fortunate situation for the mother.
Consequences have action.
Now, I was shocked to hear Jessica. Now, listen, now you just heard what Jessica Hilarious just said on the Breakfast Club. Now, on that side of the fence with Charlamagne the God, Jessica Hilarious, and DJ Envy, they're thinking from what Jessica Hilarious just said out of her mouth. She just said Carlissa will take, she'll take her grandson if she has to, but she doesn't like this situation that Blueface is in jail, the father, and she could perhaps go to jail or get jammed up behind not taking care of her legal obligations eventually. You feel what I'm saying? But to the world, Carlissa, that ain't my grandbaby. He don't look like my son, but he might have my lips. Which one is it, Carlissa? If he's not your son's child, how does he have your lips? If he's not your son's child. And not only that, why are you ranting that you ain't taking nobody's baby, especially not Chrisean's, like he's contagious. But Jessica Hilarious, she seems to think that this is what you would do, be a stand-up grandmother in any case, and I think that you would too, but you're telling somebody or everybody on the internet otherwise. You're saying one thing and you're flip-flopping. That's why you can't take the side of nobody you don't know in real life, because you could be taking the side of Carlissa, for an example. She's on one side. She's got Jessica Hilarious saying, "Oh yeah, well Carlissa would take a grandchild," and that's like making Carlissa look like a good guy. But now she's online making it say, "I'll never take Junior. His eyes are too spread apart, and this and that and other." Which one is it? He's not your son's child. You're saying now. You're saying all of this out of anger, and it's over foolishness. She said she never wanted anything to do with. Thank you. But listen to this again, Miss Know It All. Listen to this. I like that name. Listen what Jessica Hilarious says.
Blueface's mom had said that she really did not, although they feud a lot, Chrishan and the mom, she really don't want both of the baby's parents to be in jail, you know. So of course she would step up and she would take the baby, but like she really wished that this was a more fortunate situation for the mother.
Consequences have action.
Now, I was shocked to hear Jessica Hilarious. She just said this yesterday, Jessica Hilarious. So this is updated information. But today, Jessica don't know because she probably moved on to another story. Charlamagne the God and all of them that's at the Breakfast Club, they done moved on to another story. They don't know Carlos is up here talking about she'd never take that baby. Nothing that belongs to Chrishan Rock, because she's from a drug addict. She's from drug addicts. She brought up stuff that didn't make no sense. It ain't got nothing to do with Junior. Don't got nothing to do with the situation. And don't have to do with Blueface's choices of women. That's your son's choices of women. You got to deal with it. He's a grown man. You don't have to deal with Chrishan at all. Only one you have to deal with, I feel as though you should be obligated to want to deal with, is your grandchild. Period, point blank. You ain't got to never like Chrishan, but you should respect her. Pull her aside. And those kind of issues, deal with her accordingly. But social media is not where it's at. Say that the mother, which is Blueface's mother, had said that, of course, if something was to happen with Chrishan, that she would take care of her grandson, Junior. But that's not what her plans are, but both the parents are in jail, so she would have no other choice. But she would, in fact, take on taking care of her grandson, which makes a lot of sense. I don't think Carlissa would do anything to Junior. I think that her beef personally is with Chrishan Rock. I think if something was to happen, that's how Junior would know who his grandmother was. And I think that after that breaks the ice, and if that was to happen, Chrishan Rock and Carlissa could build some sort of a mature relationship, even if it's cordial and it's only on the strength of Junior behind this unfortunate situation. If she was to ever have to turn herself in or get caught and get locked up and have to serve some time. I think that if I had to choose for Chrishan, or if I think Chrishan had to choose for herself, I don't think it would be anybody on her side of the family that she would let Junior stay with. So I think the better option would be Carlissa. But I just feel as though, like I said again, I have to stand my ground. You're gonna have people who are gonna like you and then the next day dislike you. Yep. Because of something that you said that was a disagreement and not in alignment with what their thought process is. And I'm just so glad that the Breakfast Club had publicly put on their platform this situation, because they're not a known platform or entity that is taking a side. They're just reporting on commentary, the news. That's it. It's not about taking a side. And what they responded to was not taking a side. It was just responding to the right side. What makes sense? And it doesn't make sense for Chrishan Rock. And I'm saying, but to tell her something like my mother or my big sister, which I don't have a big sister, I'm the big sister, or what I would tell my own little sister, don't tell people stuff like that, because they can use it against you in the long run. That's all I'm trying to simply say. I'm not trying to say that Chrishan Rock can't get up here and tell all her business, but there should be certain things that you pick and you choose that you share with the public, and I don't think that's
I agree,
being one of them.
Natasha.
You know, you got crazies up here getting in the comment section saying crazy stuff like,
Exactly. I would
why is
leave.
everybody in Chrishan Rock's business? But yet and still you're leaving a
I don't know
comment.
why
So
she's
you're
staying there.
looking for Chrishan Rock content to be in her business. You know, these are the type of people that hide behind a screen, no profile pictures, probably a generic name they made up. They're trolling, they don't care about your life, and they could be the very same people who will call the police on you. They know the
Yep.
address, leak it, call the police.
And better yet, they can call some low budget robbers to come rob you. Cause it just happened today, allegedly.
And then the same thing that you don't want to happen, which is something to happen with Junior being taken away, it happens because of something simple you could have did, Chrishan Rock, which is simply kept certain things to yourself. Keep the foolish, dumb stuff to yourself, like the storylines that you and Blueface, in my opinion, are planning on doing if and when he's released. I mean, but you know, life changing things, I think you should learn how to keep that a secret as well too, as well as you keep foolishness, you know, a secret, because Blueface tells you to keep it secret. And you listen and you don't tell us, but we know things are going on. We know things are playing, you know, in the background. So I think you should do that in your personal life with something. Everything is not meant for everybody. That's all I'm simply trying to say.
That's right. And let me tell you something. I'm a commentator, and you probably in life won't hear anybody say there's some things you need to keep to yourself. A commentator will say, someone is just looking for anything and everything, will tell you to just say everything and be glad you're saying it, so they can add to the story and make up a story and all kind of stuff. I'm not doing that. I think that there's some things that Chrishan Rock needs to keep to herself. Yeah, it's a sensational story that she told us, that they came to the house and they did this and they did that. They was coming to rob them and so forth and so on. But that's dangerous. So yeah, the commentators are going to report on that, but that's dangerous. You don't leave yourself open for people to do this to you. I don't even think she should have let people know she was even at Blue Spot. Let me say Blue Spot where he lives at. And I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying it's his house because I don't want no one in the comment section trying to address me about whether he owns a house or not. Because you know what? At the end of the day, and you guys should already figured this out about me, I don't care who owns that house. And I don't care about whose side anybody's on. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm on the right side. If Chrisean's doing something right for the moment, I'm going to say she did something right. If she's doing something wrong, I'm going to say you dropped the ball. Same thing with Carlissa and all the rest of them. Simple as that. Now, let's get on to this rant that confused me to the point of me asking my supporters to answer the question in the comment section. Was she talking about Blueface when she brought up Marsh, who is got nothing to do with this situation, and Dre? Where did they get into this equation? Why do we need a co-signer to know whether or not you are a stable grandmother to take care of Junior? You just said yesterday, the day before yesterday, you wasn't taking Junior. He wasn't your grandchild. Now you're trying to plead your case something else today. So what is it going to be tomorrow? That's why you don't take sides, because these people are human. And people go through emotions. They go up and down. They say crazy stuff. Just like when Chrishan Rock said something and was labeled a colorist. And people probably was pissed at me because I said nonchalantly, she said it because she was in her emotions from stuff that she was hearing people saying in the bushes. She's human. And she had enough. Somebody got up in the comment section like I do from time to time, and she put them in their place. Now, should she have said anything about somebody's color? Absolutely not. But just because she had a meltdown in a moment, which I guess she's not supposed to have one, but people can have one on her and say things about her and Junior, now she's labeled as a colorist. But I downplayed it because you know why? Chrisean is not as stupid as you think she is. Because that girl has the light that she don't even know she has in her. She can get up here like she did when she was ready and get her following back up. Some people are not able to do that. She's back almost to the 500,000 followers that she lost. So to me, that's irrelevant. People pointing that out. That's not something that I'm gonna sit up here and talk about. I don't care about no followers because I want organic followers. I want people that are here, even for Chrisean. I want this for everybody. If you're gonna follow me organically because you want to be here, not because you hope that I'm gonna end up switching up the game and stop when Chrisean's not on live, making up a storyline just to keep the story going, speaking stuff into existence. I don't do that. You understand what I'm saying, Natasha? It says that's what I said. She had enough people talking about her baby. When you're arguing, you are not thinking about what is coming out of your mouth. That's it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this. And I know I gagged a whole bunch of y'all when I asked you the question as a commentator. Because she had on Carlissa had some run-on sentences, honey, when she went on this rant. I hope she never does no contract that she has to write up. I hope she knows how to put periods behind sentences because she was saying some run-on rants in this live that I saw from yesterday. She confused me because I don't understand how you go on this rant about Chrishan Rock. You don't like it to the point where you don't even want to say her name, but you're ranting about Chrishan Rock and you bring Marsh and Dre into it. Why are they in it? The only one you got smoke with right now is your baby daddy, who you was trying to defend a month ago. Now all of a sudden you are against him because he went against something that you said about Chrishan, and he said enough's enough. Now he's the bad guy. Now people are pulling up to the Blueface address. Let's make it make sense. That's why you don't take sides. Because even the people's sides you taking, soon as things don't work in their favor, like things ain't working in Carlissa's favor right now, she goes against the grain with these people.
She was 1 minute taking Blueface aside, still trashing Chrishan Rock. Now she's dragging Blueface's father now. I mean, she is a smear campaign for this dude now.
And left self together. Because I was good to be his grandma when Jonathan didn't want to be bothered. You see what I'm saying? What did you ask Marsh if she would pull up and leave my baby here and leave her baby with me? Ask her. Go.
That's what confused me. I was good enough to be the grandmother when Blueface. Listen. This is why I asked. Listen.
With one of their girlfriends and left self together. Because I was good to be his grandma when Jonathan didn't want to be bothered. You see what I'm saying? What did you ask Marsh if she would pull up and leave my baby here and leave her baby with me? Ask her. Go ask her. She dated my son. She know I don't play around about no kids or my kids.
Yeah, bringing everybody
and bottles
into it.
All in the bed talking about.
I want to hear a comment from somebody. I want a response from somebody. Did Carlissa just expose that Blueface went with Marsh? Isn't Marsh Chrisean's best friend, the one that he put hands on because Chrisean was out late night, left Junior with her, and she was refusing to leave Junior's side and went with Blueface until Blueface had found Chrisean and Marsh had caught a bad one, but all she was a babysitter who allegedly got paid very well to watch Junior? Please leave a comment in the comment section of this video before we even start with the rest of the rant with Carlissa, because this is how out of control this is because of Chrishan Rock and Carlissa not seeing eye to eye. You start involving people that don't even have nothing to do with the beat, and it's, you see what I'm saying? So I wanted the people that can't stand, because we as commentators, we all got haters. If you know what I'm saying, if you ain't got no haters, you doing something wrong. So I hope you heard me clearly say what I just said, and I'm gonna play it again so you can understand. I was asking you a question. I wasn't imposing on anybody with a storyline, because there's enough storylines going around to last a lifetime. Like the Wack 100 gets basically G-checked by Blueface. Blueface ain't doing anything, in my opinion. I don't think he checked anybody. He needs to check himself before he checks anybody. Blueface thinks this is cute. And if you ask me, he acts like he's sometimes intimidated by Wack 100. So I don't believe at all that he said anything to Wack 100. He should have been put Wack 100 in his place. She is saying Marsh because Dre's Blueface brother is messing with her. So but why is she bringing her in? You see how messy she is? Why are you bringing her in this? It's like I'm throwing everybody under the bus because I'm mad. But it's okay when you throw people underneath the bus and dog them and drag them. Now somebody calls you out, and this all started from a post that Big Jonathan, aka Blueface's father, posted, which to Carlissa would be defending Chrishan Rock, and he ain't supposed to go against the grain, I guess, because they laid up and had Blueface. And she went on this rant. Everybody's catching it. I don't like wishy-washy people like that. You can't trust people like that. As fathers, you can throw them. You be the same with me. If I had smoke with somebody, either on this platform or in my real life, you won't know about it. You know why? Because I'm an adult and I'm mature enough. I come from a good cloth that you go your way and I go mine. I'm not getting into no full rant, or even in my real life going back and forth with somebody who I had to part ways with. It ain't working out. You go your way and I go mine. That's the end of the story. I ain't got to drag nobody. I ain't got to involve nobody. I just ain't gonna deal with you like that. Period. She's doing too much because people are getting messy. And this is what happens when messiness happens. People get involved that should not be involved, didn't ask to be involved, and didn't even ask for this beef to be like this in the first place.
We ain't never been people to get high, don't take care of our kids. My husband took care of all 3 of his kids, paid child support for all.
get high. Who is she referring to? Chrishan Rock's mother and father. Because she never did drugs allegedly. And she says her husband was always a good citizen in society, a hardworking man. I do see that he is. So I'm not going to make no allegations up on him. I can only tell you what comes out the horse's mouth, whether it's she's confusing me or I'm trying to understand where she's coming from. I can only listen to what she has to say and give my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, Miss Vet, how you doing, sweetie?
All three of them, even when he had, okay? We not them people that y'all got going on over there. You know, your mama want to go kick it at the club, go find a boyfriend, go get high. We not them grandparents. We the old school grandkid. We the old school grandparents, okay? We wake up over here at least.
In defense to Chrishan's mother and father, and I don't know them, people don't just wake up and say, I want to be a drug addict. That's what my career and my life goal is, to be a drug addict. It starts off, people do drugs, partying, when they drinking, drugging, whatever they end up getting hooked on. And it gets out of control. And some of them, while they have these addictions, they have kids. But you can't be good parents to kids if you have addictions. It can't happen. I don't know too many people that are really functional addicts, and then you lay up and have all these kids like that. But that's just my opinion. But in their defense, I don't think that they just said, I want to be a drug addict. It started off fun and it got out of control. That, I bet you, that's exactly what happened with Chrishan's mother and father. But for you to bring that into what smoke you got with Chrishan Rock, that's how the altercation happened, allegedly, from what I'm hearing, in the first place. You was calling Chrishan's mother all kind of heads and being disrespectful, triggering that girl to do what you did. Now, Blueface, he was out of pocket to tell you to chill out, or he was going to sick Chrishan on you, because that's still his mother at the end of the day. I'm playing devil's advocate. But at the same time, you ain't got no place, no business. I don't care what you've been. I don't care if you was a nun before you became a wife. So the man you would now, you ain't got no room to talk about nobody, even if you wasn't on drugs. Because you're not even on no drugs, and you ain't got no excuse for why you're up here acting a fool. You've gotten so bad, I heard one of these commentators that is one of her biggest supporters, Chrishan Rock's biggest supporters, she got blocked because she gave her opinion. That's all. Wasn't no facts. It was an opinion. And that's what I mean by you can't take no sides. You got to be on the right side. You got to call out on the right side. Because, see, it could be one day that you say something that is not in alignment with what somebody's thinking, and then now they mad at you. So it's best to stay neutral. These people, you know them from cyberspace. You don't know them in real life. They only share with you what they want you to know. From my understanding, their mother was depressed and was taking pills and got addicted. Right. So you get what I'm saying? So you confirm that you heard that she was taking prescribed medication through a doctor's. It got out of control. She didn't say, well, I'm going to start taking medication for my depression and I'm going to get addicted to them. No, it doesn't start off like that. I don't think it starts off for nobody like that. Nobody sets out to have a career to be a drug addict or alcoholic. But even if they did, if they're like, yeah, I want to, when I'm 21, I want to drink my life away or drug my life away. That's not your place. You're not God. You're nothing. You're not. And if you talk about God, but sometimes there's nothing godly in you the way that you talk. It says he told her to chill out and she threw another. Yep, that's what I had heard too. That same story, Natasha.
20 days out the month with grandkids. Girl, yeah, I'm not the one. I picked out a husband. When I picked out a husband, I clarified. I said I'm gonna be very involved in my grandkids' life. So it's probably gonna feel like we.
Does anybody know if Carlissa was married before? I want to say she was. I'm not sure. Like always, I don't have a problem with asking a question if I don't know the answer. I'm not going to give you an answer to every question and I don't know it. I know people are capable of doing that in this community, but I'm just not one of them. If I don't know something, I have no problem with saying it. So she was 3 times. Okay, because I knew I had heard a few times she did this. Okay, you confirm. Okay, all right. I didn't want to say she's been married a couple of times because I can't remember where I read it at or even maybe heard it from her mouth. Because, like I said, I keep it moving. I don't keep staying stuck on somebody's personal life because I got my own life to keep up with, and sometimes I can't keep up with my own life, let alone somebody else's.
We got cool with that, and Mr. Staffo said, yeah, because I'm going to be involved in mine too. Okay, my husband is already getting ready to retire and start a whole sports team just for his grandson and his grandsons
Thanks
and
to
my
you,
grandsons.
Clout
That's what
chasing
he
with a
wants to
reality
retire
show
and
because
do.
of Chrishan Rock
We don't
and
play about the
Blueface.
kids. We here for the kids. We old. We done already lived our life.
I first want to say shout out to Honey with the T. I also want to say that, y'all need to take key to what's going on. A lot of us, including the commentators, and I'm taking fault for this myself, we entertained the circus. Now, see, it was funny when Blue. I'm taking fault for this myself. I hope you guys heard that in the bushes or the window lickers, the 1%ers. Face was out and it was a circus going on, and Carlissa was one of the first people to say that she got permission to clout chase off her son, the circus, and she got to a bag. This was not going to be any stopping Carlissa. She's at the point now she's mad at Big Jonathan, aka Blueface's father, because he took up for Chrishan because of what she said about Junior. And instead of her just apologizing publicly that, yeah, I don't like Chrishan. She's disrespectful. And yeah, I may have said things that triggered her, but at the end of the day, I'm still somebody's mother that you're supposed to be so much in love with. And regardless if, you feel a certain way about me or he egged you on to do it or whatever, how it went down, because there's a lot of people making excuses up for a lot of this behavior that's going on in this circus. She should have not have put her hands on me and or talked to me in a manner that she did, even if I was wrong. I would have to eventually deal with my demons later. Because if a person is doing you wrong, you have an option to walk away or to feed into it. You know what I'm saying? Two wrongs don't make a right. Now, yes, I did get the post that somebody put up about Blueface's father not being a good grandfather. He got a nerve to talk about Carlissa. That is not what I'm going to entertain because I'm not taking Blueface's father's side for defending Chrishan Rock. See, when I make statements, I got to live on what I talk about. Sometimes you got to stand on what you talk about. Be about what you talk about. So I hope you heard what I said. I seen the post about, oh, well, he ain't got no room to talk. He got other kids. He ain't in his grandkids' life. He shouldn't be talking about Carlissa. She posts it and calls herself exposing him. Did you see me put that video up showing that post of the expose of how he's not a good grandfather to his other kids that he got with another woman? No, because I pick and choose my battles. I ain't got to put up every single last detail of the drama. Y'all see it anyways. All y'all gonna hear from me, especially if it comes from the source, is my opinion. And half the time you ain't gonna like it because I'm gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. It says, and what I think the reason why she doesn't like Chrishan is because Chrishan is who she wants to be. Thank you. And Blueface's father left her for a younger woman. That's why she's always on Jaidyn's side. Right. Boom. And you know what? And I always say that too. That's why I said Chrishan got that light in her that she don't even know that she got. It's dim right now, but the sun will come out again. She's got that flare to her. And guess what? It ain't no act. She's being Chrishan. Whether people call her crazy, cuckoo, cray cray, whatever they want to call her, she can sure enough get up on there and get a live going and get an audience. If she had a show, like when she said straight up when she came back on social media this week, She had to get a bag, basically. She had to do a couple of things to make some coins. When she gets ready, she does it effortlessly. She ain't got to do no jam scamming and no foolishness. You see how she effortlessly told you, yeah, I'm running, but I ain't leaving my son with nobody. She keeps it 100. She keeps it too real. And she's so real, people don't believe her half the time. She's so real, people think she crazy. She's so real, people think she's lying because she's being Chrishan. And people don't want to see her be Chrishan. They want her to conform to what they want her to be. And Chrishan is stubborn, and I'm glad. Because you can't go with the mass majority. You're going to mess around and end up like a nature boy or a queen op. They was going with the people who were egging them on, giving them enough rope to, themselves. Y'all could put that little phrase together. And look at where Queen Ops at. Look at where Nature Boy's at, and they ain't never getting out. Don't get a shot at the limelight and get too big-headed, get too cocky, get your ego in the way of your success and be behind bars or unalived. Be who you are. And people don't like that. Let me read some of these comments. Did you hear anything about Jaidyn oh yeah. Let me tell you something, Vet. I hope you don't mind me calling you Miss Vet. Let me tell you something. Heard about that too. And then I seen the videos of people confirming that it's not true. I just see, I live in my truth. That's another example of what I'm talking about. Did you see me put that up? No. Did I know about it? Yeah. I ain't got to be the first to put that up. And guess what? I ain't putting it up tomorrow. I pick and choose my battles. I pick and choose what I want to talk about. And what I don't understand, I pick and choose what I'm going to ask my audience to make me understand. Because that's what separates me from everybody else. I ain't going to try to make it make sense when it ain't making no sense to me. When something don't make no sense, I'm going to ask questions, even as a commentator. People try to act like they know these people so much, so I'm gonna ask the audience. You know them so well. It says Carlissa is a hater. She's mad at that Blueface's father. I got another little surprise for y'all. Y'all gonna be gagging when I start reporting some of the stuff I'm gonna start reporting. I did actually run it by you guys that I had did this, but I don't think y'all was paying attention. But see, if Carlissa for free is saying stuff when she gets mad and she ain't getting paid for it, can you imagine what she says on her show when she's in her own turf about stuff that shouldn't probably even be released right now? It's part of a storyline, or maybe not a storyline, something like a big expose or something that's a surprise to get the algorithm to break, that maybe Blueface don't want his mother even entertaining or repeating. When she gets on her show, it's fair game. So she's saying it for free on live on an IG page. What do you think she says when she's on her own reality show? The reality, the truth, her truth. She says anything because she's in her place of work. That's how she got where she got, telling everything. She got the bag from the same people she hates on and drags, which is Chrishan Rock and Blueface. I think Carlissa still wants some of girl, and I was thinking that too. I think she's mad that Chrishan Rock is over there, and I heard too. I heard the little, yeah, Chrishan got a nerve to be walking around that house naked, and Blueface's father's in there. Put a Y in the chat if y'all heard that. I heard it. But did I put it up today? No. Am I gonna put it up tomorrow? No. Because I pick and choose my battles. Everything that you ask me, hold on 1 second, guys. Yeah, to drink some water. Everything y'all asked me so far about, did I hear this? Did I hear that? Yeah, I heard it.
If I didn't hear it, I'll say I didn't hear it because I hate they heard everything, they know everything, and then you call their bluff like, well, if you know it, then you get to talking with them. And you're like, they don't know it. They just saying they know it because everybody want to know everything, right? Nope, I'm not the king of commentary. I don't know everything, but I do know what you guys just mentioned in this chat. But I pick and choose my battles. My word is my bond. That's all I got is my word. So it aligns to everything that comes out my mouth. I pick and choose my battles, and that's all I'm trying to say. I live what I preach, is what I'm saying. So that's why I can say on my own commentary videos what I think Chrishan should do. Because I've been her age, she's never been mine. I know what the outcome's going to be. She needs to have somebody in her life that's going to guide her in the right direction. There's no direction with Chrishan Rock right now. People want to see her fail. And these are people that are my age or older, and they ought to be ashamed on themselves. But they're not. And that's crazy. And it's an old video. Exactly. But nobody will get crucified. But let me put it up. I didn't even pay no attention. Just like somebody said, why ain't nobody bringing up that Blueface got attacked in prison, and they're making it seem like it was recently. No, that was from I think a year ago when he was locked up or something. I looked up Blueface attacked, and it's the exact same story, but it happened like over a year ago when he was locked up. Another time, and I just shake my head because I don't know. Let me be quiet. No, it's fine. Everyone calls me vet or okay. All right, just want to make sure, baby girl. It is. I swear this starts to be too much. Thank you, lucky girl. It is. You preach tonight. I'm trying to tell you, I'm preaching it. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm mad at Chrishan Rock. She really needs to get up there when you get relocated from where they just did this alleged incident at this spot, and get your son and yourself out of there. And then you tell us that story about what happened and why you left. I agree. They're old and sitting around talking about an innocent baby. Right. And it's crazy. It's absolutely. That's why I said I pick and choose. That's why sometimes you might see me flip off when I see people come in here, troll me and bother me. If you don't like me, stay away from me. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in here. And the reason why I do that is because I pick and choose. I see the same stories and I got the same information as everybody else. But I pick and choose what I'm going to put on my channel and speak about. I pick and choose my battles. I agree. She definitely jealous and envious of her. I believe Chrishan reminds her of a younger. Yep. Yep. That's why I like you. Thank you, Makita. Thank you, sweetie. Let's play the rest of this video. But yeah, I'm preaching tonight, honey. Or Carlissa's side for saying anything about Junior. It's out of line. People are just getting too comfortable. And even when the grandmother sits up here and be in the bushes and she's getting comfortable, getting mad at Chrishan Rock and then saying something about her own grandson is dead wrong. But what I will say, because this is why I can say this, I can play the devil's advocate. And let me tell you why. Because stop taking sides. Be on the right side. And that's with who's doing right. Period. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. But who's doing the right thing? Not, well, I'm team Carlissa, I'm team Chrishan. We only know what these people tell us. And the only one looking like they in a circus when you taking sides and teams and listening to one side and believing one side and not the other is us. Because this is us. We the one acting like we in the circus. Because that's what it's designed to do. Have us going back and forth with each other. How they're getting to a bag. This is how they're doing some of the things that they're getting away with doing because they have an audience that's paying attention to the nonsense. And that's why there's no boundaries or limitations to what people say and do. And that's why they can include somebody like Junior, and that's her grandson. Now, I will give Carlissa credit. Never will take that from her. That if something was to happen with Chrishan, because she's publicly being irresponsible, telling too much to her business.
We pick and choose our battles. We all show.
that's, that's funny you said that because I've been saying that for years. Like in my real life, when you see grown folks acting like this, like in real life, not on internet, and you see and there's children involved, I always say the kids got more sense than the adults. Oh man.
Pick and choose what we share with the public. Everyone that smiles in your face or leaves a like on your video or a friendly comment is not your friend. And
It's
there's
not
some
your
things
friend.
that you cannot share with the enemy because a whole lot of these people that tune in and watch Chrishan Rock and any of these entities are hating more than supporting. Trust and believe that. Because the minute something said that is not in a line to what they feel or what they want to happen, they'll turn on you in a minute. It happens all the time on social media. I will take offense to saying that Carlissa, I believe, would take Junior and take very good care of him while she deals with her legal situation. I was listening to another YouTuber. She brought up a good point, and you guys might be against. Carlissa's up here ranting and raving about Chrishan, sneak dissing, also sneak dissing Big Jonathan and this and that and other because he came to his grandson's defense. I don't care if he got 100 grandkids and don't see none of them. I'm talking about what he did as a man the other day.
I hope
But
y'all
this is
listening up.
why you have to be careful who you share your pain with or your life stories with. Something that you keep within
I agree,
that you
Marquita.
struggle with. You might cry with yourself when you think of things you've been through in your life. And you got to be careful who you share them with. Because I think it's dead wrong how Carlissa gets up here and she's saying, well, my grandparents ain't never been on drugs and my so and so ain't never did this or did that. Chrishan didn't choose the life that she got. That also don't mean Chrishan has to make the same mistakes because she's an adult now. She's able to make better decisions on her own. So we're not right here doing a pity party for Chrishan, but we're not also gonna sit there and drag her because she was born, like I've said in many of videos, to parents that were selfish. They not only had Chrishan, they went on to have um 12 kids altogether, allegedly. And they were not in a financial or a headspace to be having all those kids, especially if you can't take care of them. But to get up on social media and drag
Exactly,
family
Natasha.
members and throw shot, you know how Chrishan does not think before she reacts, and you're trying to trigger her.
And you're gonna be learning until God calls you home, Marquita. We all learn. We are not, none of us is above life's classroom. And that's all I'm trying to say. In every video that I do, I hope somebody takes away something. Because I'm not trying to be no commentator channel. You get off the video and I just told you some tea, and now you got the demon in you. Wait, almost fiending for some more of a downfall that these people are putting on social media. I want you to take something away from what I say. So we are not above life's classroom. See, the only thing different with these people is that their life is public because that's where they get their bread and butter. And that's the only thing that's different. But behind closed doors, people's lives could be worse than theirs.
Because you don't like her. We get you don't like
They just
her.
got money.
Is just beyond me. And I really at this time am side-eyeing Blueface because I know that he knows what's going on. He started this, and I honestly believe that it's gotten out of control. It's even out of his hands. There's nothing he can do at this particular time because he's locked. Pointing the finger where it really needs to be pointed at. If you listen to Chrishan from time to time, and just recently she's been up here, she's not stable in her mind. I'm not saying she's crazy. She's going through things like we all go through. And sometimes when we play the tape back, we say, man, I was at a state in my life, man, I would have never thought or would have said nothing like that out of my head. When you get better, when the sun come back out, you start to realize what you were sharing and how you was moving. And that was only because you were going through life's lessons. And that's what Krishan's going through. She's going through a life lesson. And Chrishan is going to
You
get
hear me,
over that.
Marquita?
And Carlissa was Chrishan's age. And I
Life
was
lessons.
Chrishan's age. She's gonna trip and fall, but she's gonna get back up. And I don't care what nobody says. I really feel as though people like to do like how they're doing Chrishan when they see that they're a shining light, that they're bigger than what they believe in themselves. And when people like Carlissa and Wack 100, and this is just my opinion, I have nothing against Carlissa at all. I just got to call things out the way I see fit.
It's
But
sad.
when they see that there's a talent, or even if it's not a talent, she's just being Chrishan and she brings in an audience, and that sums up to a bag, they hate on that because people try to break you down so that your focus is on the negative energy and not all the positive things that you could be doing with that energy. They try to get you so consumed in the chaos and the drama that
Yep.
you lose the focus. And that's all that is that's all that's happening right now. They're trying to get her, and
To
maybe
lose the
it
focus.
might not be Carlissa. Okay? This is my opinion. But somebody, I have a gut feeling, maybe it's not Wack 100. And I'm saying this being sarcastic at the same time, but I'm also keeping it
Gag.
100 with there's
Trying to
somebody trying to, I really believe in my heart, keep Chrishan from being focused. They're trying to get her to lose the focus. They're trying to set her up for the banana in the tailpipe, the
Yep.
drive-by. And it's crazy because Chrishan, at the end of the day, she's just somebody that just wants to be loved.
Yep.
She doesn't know what love feels like because the two parents that she should have got love from first, they weren't available. She got it in relationship with men and tried to find love there. She didn't find it there. Then she met Blueface. He trying to finesse and act like he's this and he's that. But he's saying the same thing to Chrishan. He's saying it to the next chick. And Chrishan has to, you know, dig deep in herself and say, I'm better than this. And I know that if I'm not with Blueface or I'm not, surrounded around these people, places, and things, I will do a lot better. But Chrishan has to see that for herself. She don't need nobody to be on her side. She got to be on her own side. And the side that she needs to be on is to sit with herself, think about what she's saying up here on social media,
Right. Right.
and make it right. The more
Attach
you
easy.
feed into this mayhem, you're gonna have Carlissa getting up here, sneak dissing, bringing up stuff that she shouldn't even be saying. You know what I'm saying? And throwing blows. It's gonna continuously happen. See, if you be the better person and let Carlissa keep running her mouth, character assassinating, people will find out on their own who the villain is. But if you feed into it, you ain't no better than Carlissa.
Yep. And like you was just saying, Natasha, Carlissa went on and on with Jaidyn, Alexis, and her mother. She doing that now to Chrishan. She's doing it. She gonna continue to do it long as somebody feeds into it. And the only reason why Krishan's feeding into it now is because, like she said out her own mouth, she had to get a bag. She had to get some money. So she did some promotional things or whatever for whoever wanted her to do whatever. That's why she was taking those photo shoots. She came out of the woodwork. I got to get some money. So I don't know if she got permission. I don't care. But she came out and got herself some coins real quick. And she gets that money effortlessly. She gets an audience effortlessly. She has a talent, and the talent is being Chrishan, period. And people don't like that. And they're going to keep digging at her because they know that Chrishan will react and not think about it and then deal with the consequences later. And that's sad that people play on her like that. Because God don't like ugly and they ain't fond of beauty. I had to learn self-love, which I'm still doing it. And me too. You're going to learn it to God calls you home. You know, there's certain words we can't say up here. But until God calls you home. And when they say, oh, you old, you up here talking about this young girl, all old means is that you're living. Some people can't say that they're living. Some people ain't here no more. Been gone, and I've been their age, they ain't never been mine, and they ain't here now to even talk at all. Being old is living. That's what it is.
And you're going to always learn from your mistakes because you're human. And that's just the bottom line. But listen, I'm about to get up off of here. Y'all stay blessed. I'm a little bit over an hour. You know I don't stay on too long. I'm going to try Friday to keep my promise that I'm going to do open panel. We just got to keep it clean, no cussing and profanity and all that other stuff. We'll be Gucci. I don't mind doing an open panel if y'all want to do it. If y'all don't want to get up here on Friday like y'all wanted to do, y'all was saying the early part of the week y'all want to do open panel, then I'll do my hour live and I'll keep it moving. You have a great night too, sweetie. You have a nice night too, Natasha. I love y'all. And without y'all, I'm nobody. Know that. And thank you to all my new members that signed up. Thank you to all my mods, all my supporters, my haters, and my congratulators. I love y'all too. Because without y'all, I wouldn't be here. So y'all have a blessed night. Make sure y'all hit the like or the dislike because they're both welcome. And I will talk with y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. Stay blessed and I'm out. Mwah.